Shalom, my friend, freeze. Do not move your hands, do not rub your eyes, do not touch your face. And definitely under no circumstances touch your phone or your wallet. You have just woken up. You have entered the conscious world, but there is something you cannot see, yet it is clinging to your fingertips right now. It is a spiritual residue, a static charge of negativity that accumulates during the night. In the ancient texts, we call it tuma, impurity. If you touch your eyes with this residue, you are literally wiping a spiritual cataract over your vision for the entire day. You will be blind to opportunity. If you touch your money with this residue, you infect your assets with the frequency of death. You have installed the software with your words, but your hardware is still dirty. You cannot run a clean program on a corrupted hard drive. Today, I am going to give you the hydropurification protocol. It takes 30 seconds. It involves a cup of water, and it is the only thing standing between you and the clarity required to build an empire. I am Rabbi Boaz, the Torah Life Strategist. I teach the 1% how to align their physical reality with spiritual laws to maximize abundance. I have consulted for CEOs who lost millions because they could not see the flaw in a deal. When we audited their life, we found chaos in their morning. They were waking up carrying the heavy, stagnant energy of the night, and they were smearing it all over their lives like invisible grease. They touched their kids, their food, their contracts, spreading the fog. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why water is the first tool of the wealthy. I will show you the exact sequence, the code, to wash away the poverty mindset before your feet even hit the floor. This is not hygiene. This is exorcism of the poverty spirit. Let's analyze the mechanics of sleep from a technical perspective. The Zohar, the source code of Kabbalah, teaches that sleep is 1/60th of death. When you sleep, your conscious soul, the neshama, ascends. It leaves the body to recharge in the upper worlds. Your body is left in a state of suspended animation. It is a vessel without its high-voltage pilot. Nature abhors a vacuum. When the holy soul leaves, a low-level spiritual energy, a void energy, settles in the body. We call this ruach ra, the negative spirit. When you wake up and your soul returns, this negative energy is pushed out. It is expelled from your core, but it lingers in the extremities. It hangs on to your fingertips. It is a parasite waiting for a host. Think of it like this. Your body is a supercomputer that was in sleep mode. During the night, dust, malware, and static electricity settled on the keyboard, your hands. If you start typing immediately without cleaning the keyboard, you are grinding that dust into the system. You are inputting static into your life. This is why you feel groggy. This is why you have brain fog. It is not just a lack of caffeine. It is the presence of spiritual static. If you touch your eyes, the window to your soul, with that static, you are literally putting a filter of death over your vision. You will see problems instead of opportunities. You will see lack instead of abundance. You must wash the filter before you look at the world. So what is the solution? Water, mayim. In the Torah, water represents hesed, kindness, and mercy. It is the universal solvent. It has the power to break spiritual bonds. But you cannot just run your hands under the tap. That is cleaning dirt. That is not moving energy. To move energy, you need a vessel, klai, and you need human force, coach Gavra. This is the secret of Netilat Yadyam. You are not washing for hygiene. You are washing for separation. You are separating the night from the day. You are separating the death from the life. You are separating the chaos from the order. This is the first act of the priest in the temple, and you are the high priest of your home. Let's talk about the vessel. You need a cup. It doesn't have to be silver or gold, though beautiful tools honor the task. It just has to be whole, no chips, no cracks. Remember the broken vessel rule. Why a cup? Why not just the faucet? Because a faucet is nature. A cup is civilization. A cup represents the ability to contain. When you use a cup, you're taking the raw, wild energy of water and containing it for a specific purpose. You are imposing order onto chaos. Wealth is nothing more than contained energy. If you cannot contain the water, you cannot contain the wealth. By pouring from a vessel, you are training your subconscious. I am a container of blessing. Here is the protocol. Listen closely because the sequence matters. The universe is built on a binary code. right and left, hesed giving and gevura restraint. Your right hand represents giving kindness. Your left hand represents receiving restraint. Step 1. Fill the cup with your right hand. Step 2. Pass the cup to your left hand. The left serves the right. Step 3. Pour water over your right hand first. Step 4. Pass the cup to your right hand. Step 5. Pour water over your left hand. Step 6. Repeat 2 more times. Right, left. Total 3 times on the right, 3 times on the left. Why do we alternate? Why not just wash the right 3 times and then the left 3 times? This is the strategic combat part. The tuma impurity on your hands is sticky. It is a parasite. If you wash one hand perfectly, the parasite jumps to the other hand. It hides. By alternating right, left, you are engaging in a spiritual 1-2 punch. You are destabilizing the hold of the negative energy. You are not giving it a place to land. You are shaking it off the system completely. This is precise extraction. You are surgically removing the blockage. After you have poured the water, you rub your hands together. Then you lift them up. This is crucial. You lift them to the level of your face without touching and you dry them. But here is a warning, a system error you must avoid. Do not dry your hands on your clothes. The Talmud teaches that drying hands on your clothes causes forgetfulness. It wipes your memory. You want to be sharp. You want to be brilliant. Use a towel. Respect the process. As you dry your hands, you say the blessing, Al Nedalat Yadyam, blessed are you, who has sanctified us with his commandments and commanded us concerning the washing of the hands. You are sealing the deal. You are declaring, I am sanctified. I am set apart. Now let's apply this to your bank account. You might ask, Rabbi, how does washing my hands make me rich? Let's look at the hands. Your hands are your primary tools of interaction with the physical world. You build with your hands. You sign contracts with your hands. You hold money with your hands. If your hands are covered in the energy of sleep-death, everything you build will have a cracked foundation. Have you ever met someone who tries so hard but everything slips through their fingers? That is the energy of tuma. It creates slippage. When you wash, you create grip. You can hold on to the blessing. You become a clean terminal for the current of money to flow through. There is a deeper level here, the eyes. The sages teach that this impurity on the hands is particularly dangerous to the eyes. Blindness, spiritual and physical, comes from this residue. What is the number one requirement for an entrepreneur? Vision. You need to see what others miss. You need to see the trend before it happens. You need to see the hidden value. If your spiritual vision is clouded because you rubbed the sleep of death into your eyes at 6:01 a.m., you are operating at 50% capacity. You are missing the signals. The Nedalat Yadyam protocol wipes the windshield. It gives you 4K resolution while your competitors are looking through a dirty window. Let's talk about the preparation. The strategist prepares the night before. You do not want to walk 20 feet to the bathroom to get the water. Why? Because the Zohar says we should not walk 4 cubits about 6 feet with this impurity. You want to minimize the spread. So the billionaire move is to place the cup in a bowl by your bed the night before. This is what the great Kabbalists do. This is what the serious players do. They set the stage. When they wake up, the tools are ready. They wash immediately. They don't give the negative spirit a single second to settle in. This requires discipline. It requires forethought. It tells the universe, I am ready for tomorrow before tomorrow even starts. Objection, Rabbi, this is too much. A bowl by my bed, my wife will think I'm crazy. Let her think you are crazy. Noah looked crazy building an ark. Elon Musk looks crazy wanting to go to Mars. Excellence always looks like insanity to the average. The average person wakes up, scratches their face, grabs their phone, and starts doom scrolling. The average person is also broke and anxious. If you want results that are above average, you need behavior that is above average. You are not building a normal life. You are building an empire. An empire requires protocols. Try it for 1 week. See if the craziness pays off when your mind is sharper than it has been in years. Objection, I don't have time. It takes less time to wash your hands than it does to watch one TikTok video. It takes less time than it does to brew your coffee. Do not tell me you don't have time. Tell me you don't have priorities. The time you save by having a clear, energized, downloaded brain will make up for those 30 seconds 1,000 times over. You are investing seconds to gain hours of productivity. That is a high-yield investment. Stop stepping over the dollars to pick up the pennies of laziness. Let's discuss the water memory. Modern science, led by researchers like Masaru Emoto, has shown that water holds memory and vibration. Water exposed to positive words forms beautiful crystals. Water exposed to chaos forms ugly blobs. When you take that water and you pour it with the intention of kedusha, holiness, you are physically altering the structure of the water. You are creating a liquid crystal of purity. When that water touches your skin, it transfers that order to your biology. You are 70% water. You are using external water to calibrate your internal water. This is biohacking at the highest level. The mouth connection. After you wash your hands, you rinse your mouth. Why? Speech. Davar. Your mouth is the generator of your reality. You create deals with your mouth. You build relationships with your mouth. If your hands are the tools, your mouth is the printer. You need to clean the nozzle. Rinsing the mouth removes the morning breath of the soul, the stale energy of the night. You want your first words to the world after Modeh Ani to be clean, crisp, and powerful. You cannot speak $1 million deal with a mouth full of spiritual dust. This protocol is also about boundaries. We live in a world without boundaries. Work bleeds into home, day bleeds into night. Social media bleeds into reality. This creates stress. Netalat Yadyam creates a hard boundary. The night is over, the sleep is dead, I am now awake, I am now alive. It is a psychological trigger. It tells your nervous system, boot up, we are online. Without this ritual, you are drifting into your day. Drifters get lost. Captains set a course. Be the captain. Set the course with the water. Let's look at the archetype of the Kohen priest. In the holy temple, the Kohen could not perform any service, could not light the menorah, could not offer incense until he washed his hands and feet from the laver kir. If he served without washing, his service was invalid. It was considered alien fire. You are the Kohen of your business. Your office is your sanctuary. Your contracts are your service. If you enter your workspace without washing, you are bringing alien fire. You are bringing the chaos of the unwashed world into your creation. Sanctify your hands and your work becomes holy. When work is holy, it is blessed. When it is blessed, it multiplies. The flow state. Everyone wants to be in a flow state. What is flow? It is the absence of resistance. Dirt is resistance. Impurity is friction. When you wash, you are removing the spiritual friction. You are lubricating the gears of your day. You will notice that on the days you do this, things just work. The keys are where you left them. The traffic is lighter. The emails are less aggressive. It feels like magic, but it is physics. You remove the static charge, so you are no longer attracting static. You are attracting flow. I want to take you deeper into the concept of the eyes and the third eye, which in Kabbalah we call knowledge connection. The hands are the extremities of action, but the eyes are the extremities of the brain. When the Ruach Ra negative spirit rests on the hands, it is not just dirt. It is a spiritual magnetic field that opposes holiness. If you touch your eyes with this field, you are essentially magnetizing your vision to see darkness. Have you ever had a day where everything annoyed you? Where every email felt like an attack? Where you felt like the world was against you? That is often the result of this morning contamination. You are looking at the world through a lens of impurity, but when you wash, you remove that film. You restore your dad. You begin to see the world as God sees it, full of potential, full of light, full of hidden good. The billionaire sees the hidden good in a market crash. The bankrupt man only sees the crash. This protocol gives you the billionaire's vision. It allows you to see the spark hidden within the shell. Do not rob yourself of this vision for the sake of laziness. Let's expand on the preparation aspect because this is where the elite separate themselves from the amateurs. I mentioned placing the bowl by the bed. This is not just about convenience, it is about strategic anticipation. In the military, they stage their gear the night before a mission. They don't wake up and look for their boots while the enemy is attacking. The enemy, the Yetzer Hara, the chaotic impulse, attacks the moment you wake up. It tells you to stay in bed. It tells you to check your phone. It tells you that you are tired. If you have to get up and walk to the sink, the enemy wins. He distracts you on the way to the bathroom. But if the water is right there within arm's reach, you execute the strike before the enemy can mobilize. You are launching a preemptive strike on the day. By setting up the cup the night before, you are making a physical statement to your subconscious. Tomorrow is going to be holy. Tomorrow is going to be successful. I am betting on my victory. This builds a psychology of inevitability. Success becomes inevitable because the preparation was undeniable. I hear the objection loud and clear in the back of your mind. Rabbi, this is crazy. A bowl of water, my spouse will laugh. My friends will think I've joined a cult. Let me tell you about the cult of the 1%. The 1% do not operate by the rules of the 99%. The 99% are normal. They are also stressed, in debt, and spiritually empty. Normal is not the goal. Sovereignty is the goal. When Noah built the ark, the whole world laughed. They said, "It's not raining, you fool." He kept building. When the rain came, he was the only one floating. We are living in a time of spiritual flood, a flood of distraction, a flood of anxiety, a flood of financial instability. This protocol is your ark. Let them laugh while they drown in the chaos. You will be floating on the water of purification. Do not fear the mockery of those who do not understand the blueprint. Their laughter is the sound of their own insecurity. Your discipline is the sound of your future wealth. Stand firm. Be the outlier. The outlier is the one who owns the asset. Let's analyze the time versus asset equation. You say you don't have 30 seconds. Let's audit your morning. You wake up. You spend 4 minutes lying there thinking about how tired you are. You spend 12 minutes on Instagram looking at someone else's vacation. You spend 5 minutes reading news that makes you angry. You have just burned 21 minutes on poison input. I'm asking you to trade 30 seconds of poison for 30 seconds of power. This is an arbitrage deal. You are trading a liability for an asset. If I offered you a trade, give me your trash and I will give you gold, would you say, sorry, I don't have time to bag the trash? No, you would find the time. This water ritual is turning spiritual trash into spiritual gold. It is the highest ROI, return on investment, activity you will do all day. It sets the trajectory. If a rocket is off by 1 degree at launch, it misses the moon by 10,000 miles. This water corrects the launch angle. Do not miss your moon because you were too lazy to calibrate the rocket. We must look at the science of water again, specifically biocrystalline restructuring. Your body is over 70% water. Your brain is 80% water. Water is a conductor. It conducts electricity. It conducts frequency. When you use the Netalat Yadayim cup, you are not just washing skin. You are rebooting your body's electrical system. The shock of the water, the alternating rhythm, right, left, sends a signal to your nervous system. It creates a pattern interrupt. It breaks the delta-theta sleep waves and shifts you into alpha-beta focus waves. You are biohacking your own conductivity. When your internal water is resonant with the external water of the mitzvah, you become a superconductor. What does a superconductor do? It allows energy to flow with zero resistance. Money is energy. Influence is energy. Love is energy. You want to be a superconductor for these forces, not a resistor. The unwashed hand is a resistor. The washed hand is a conduit. Be the conduit. Let's deepen the Kohen archetype. In the ancient temple, the Kohen priest was the conduit between heaven and earth. His work brought blessing to the entire world. But the Torah says if he entered the sanctuary with unwashed hands, he was liable to death. Why such a harsh penalty? Because bringing corruption into the Holy of Holies creates a short circuit. It causes an explosion. Your life is your temple. Your potential is the Holy of Holies. When you bring the death energy of the night into your potential, you are killing your own dreams. You are causing a short circuit in your destiny. You might not physically die, but your ambition dies, your clarity dies, your momentum dies. We are resurrecting the priestly mindset. You are not just a worker. You are a servant of the high command. When you wash, you are putting on the uniform. You are clocking in for duty. And the king pays his soldiers very, very well. Do not show up to formation out of uniform. Let's talk about friction versus flow. We all know the feeling of a day filled with friction. You drop your keys. You hit every red light. The Wi-Fi is slow. The deal falls through. We call this bad luck. Kabbalah calls it dinim, judgments. It is the friction caused by spiritual residue. It is like trying to drive a car with the parking brake on. You can move, but you are burning the engine and going slow. Netilat Yadyam releases the parking brake. It removes the sticky judgments that cling to you. Suddenly the friction disappears. You hit the green lights. The Wi-Fi is fast. The client says yes. It feels miraculous, but it is just mechanics. You remove the drag coefficient from your fuselage. Now you can fly at maximum speed with minimum fuel. This is the definition of efficiency. And in business, efficiency is profit. Waste is loss. Stop wasting energy fighting friction that you could have washed away in 30 seconds. So here is the hardware upgrade challenge. I am challenging you to a 7-day experiment. Tonight, put a cup in a bowl by your bed. Cover the water. Tomorrow a.m., say Modeh Ani. Immediately sit up. Do not touch your face. Pour, right, left, right, left, right, left. Rub hands, lift them, dry them on a towel. Feel the tingle. That is the energy resetting. Then wash your face. Then touch your phone if you must. When you pour that water, I want you to visualize the gray fog of doubt, lack, and death dripping off your fingertips into the bowl. See it leaving your body. It is black sludge leaving your system. When you dry your hands, visualize them glowing with golden light. These are now the hands of Midas. These are the hands that will sign the checks. These are the hands that will build the future. These are the hands that will hold your children. Keep them clean. Keep them holy. I want you to understand the gravity of this. There are trillions of dollars circulating on this planet right now. That money is seeking a home. It is energy looking for a vessel. It is looking for a clean terminal to dock. If your terminal is corroded with the rust of the night, the signal cannot connect. The download fails. You are fixing the connection. You are scrubbing the rust off the antenna. Do not underestimate the power of a simple physical act to shift a massive metaphysical reality. A small hinge swings a big door. This cup of water is the hinge. Open the door to your destiny. Do not let a little bit of spiritual dirt keep you locked outside the palace of your own potential. Commit to this. Do not just learn it, live it. Knowledge without execution is just entertainment. You are not here to be entertained. You are here to be transformed. You are here to move from the exile of effort to the sovereignty of alignment. The water is the bridge. Cross it every single morning. Do not stand on the bank of the river watching others cross. Get in the water. Purify the vessel. Become the container that can hold the infinite light without shattering. This is the work of the builder. Go to the comments right now. I want to see who is serious. I want to see who is ready to scrub the poverty out of their life. Type these 3 words, I am clean. This is your declaration. You are telling the community and the Creator that you are no longer willing to carry the residue of the past into your future. You are washing your hands of poverty. You are washing your hands of fear. You are washing your hands of laziness. I am clean. Sign the contract. I am Rabbi Boaz. The water is waiting. The blessing is waiting. The choice is yours. Your soul is the blueprint. Your life is the construction. Wash your hands. Open your eyes. Build your empire. Shalom.